Hello, it is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing another pick a card for you guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're old, welcome. If you're new, we're so happy to have you here as we grow and expand, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so this reading is going to be about what blessings are coming in for you for April. So we did a poll, guys, and everybody wants to see like what was going on in the future, what was coming in for them. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Just trying to think if there's anything off the dome. Guys, watch out for scammers. I personally haven't had anybody experience that on my channel, but I have noticed it in the tarot community in general. So watch out for scammers, guys. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please shoot me an email in the comment description, in the description box below. There you will find all the decks that I use. You will also find any other information about me, my TikTok, my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be doing a full moon reading there. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. That's if you guys watch the intro. I know I'm not an intro watcher person, so... But if you are, thank you so much for your support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's hop into it. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Pile 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll meet you over there. All right, let's get into it. All righty. Okay, so hello, this is if you picked pile 1. I am AD with Kosmostrology, and thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a pick a card about what blessings are coming in for me in April, guys. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into it. If you're new to the channel or if you're just new to the process, I like to start off with astrology cards. I do tune into Vedic astrology in particular, so my placements could be a little off and a little different from yours, but the energy should read about the same, and I always think that you should know both charts. If you'd like a Vedic chart interpretation, then you can email me and I will do that for you, okay? So if that's something that interests you. All right, so let's look into what blessings are coming up for you in April for our pile number 1 people. Again, starting off with the astrology card. So we're going to look to see what you have going on, what energies you're tuning into. Yeah, destiny. So I'm getting a lot of Aries energy, and of course we are in Western Aries season. Air communication. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And mind you, if it's Vedic, it would be more to your moon sign. So just know that too. 5th house, creativity. Leo energy. Solar eclipse revolution, more fire, more Leo energy. So I am getting here, you are certainly stepping into a place of notoriety for some of you guys. This is going to be a big opportunity for you to flex that creative muscle. You guys could be standing out or just being able to communicate some ideas that you haven't been able to share before. So this is a really awesome spread, especially if you are a creative person or you are trying to step in some sort of leadership role with all this solar energy, solar plexus chakra. I'm here opening up. So a lot of oranges too. 9th house, faith, Sagittarius energy. So definitely a little preaching of the truth. Guys, your sun could be in your 9th house. So you could be feeling your beliefs. You could be stepping into your beliefs, forming your beliefs and wanting to carry those out, being confident in what you can do and what you're able to create for yourself. Gemini, I think. Right. So something certainly here about sharing your ideas, endings and beginnings. 8th house, scorpionic energy. And let's get one more. Sun, spirit. And I feel like that's it. Like, you know, I do feel like this is a very spirited pile. I'm not sure what you've been trying to go towards, but I feel like you've done a lot of research and study. For some of you guys, you could have Mercury in the 8th. I'm a Mercury in the 8th person. And you might be obsessive. I'm one of those people, I'll never forget. I was obsessed with getting an American Girl doll when I was a kid. And so I had to look at the catalog all the time, as if that would make it happen faster. But you know, that's manifestation at its finest. But I had to stare at the catalog. I had to look at it every day. I had to keep telling my mom exactly what I wanted, and I was obsessed with it. My mom had to hide the catalog. It was terrible. But I ended up getting the American girl dog anyway. Her name was Corey. She was a fly until my sister got a hold of her, but that's fine. That's fine. But I do get that, like, you've been hammering down into something, Pile One. There's something that you've been obsessively looking over, mulling over, because you want it so bad. Or you've just been doing so much research into something. But now I do feel you have graduated from the student Gemini to the teacher Sagittarius 9th house energy. So I think that you've gotten a really good basis or foundation. Again, this could be studying, master's program, graduate program, any of your own hobbies. You know, I taught myself tarot, and me and my sister learned Vedic astrology together. So and we were obsessed with it, like, all quarantine. That's pretty much all we talked about, and it's still all we talk about, but I digress. But I do feel like you now are able to really show what you've learned in this super duper creative way. And that could mean anything. You know, creativity is between, it's so... We label it to music, art, and all the other stuff. But, you know, the sciences are equally as creative. Albert Einstein was a Western Pisces, a Vedic Aquarius. So just let that sink in, what we think about those signs. But anyways, I definitely see that you're coming up with a new and inventive ways. For some of you guys, it does have to do with spirituality in general. So you could be starting a spirituality life coaching channel, or doing yoga, or... but there's something different about what you're bringing to the table with this solar eclipse revolution. So interestingly enough, even though we have all this Leo energy, I am also picking up on Aquarius energy. So some of you guys might be finding, you might be an eclipse yourself, where, like, you have two polar energies. And so where you've gone into hermit mode, now Spirit is asking you to step out, especially if you do have that Aquarius Leo kind of thing. It could be your Rahu Saturn, where, like, Aquarius are so about everybody else and the humanitarian and the collective, they negate their own feelings, versus Leos, who are so out there and I'm the most important thing on the planet, they can negate everybody else. So if that is the dance that you're doing, when you feel like you're building yourself up in your confidence, now you feel like you've stepped on everybody else. And then if you feel like you're trying to be like everybody else and down, then you feel like, you know, your shine is being stolen. So that could have been an issue for you. And again, if you don't have those placements, that's fine. But I feel like you would resonate with that energy, where it's always felt off balance. You either feel like you're taking too much or putting in too little. Well, now is the time for you to communicate your ideas and just communicate what you want to communicate. I feel like you, Pile One, has some really important things to say. You've gone through a huge transformation. I do feel like you're stepping into a new chapter of life. We're going into the 8th house to the 9th house. So the 8th house represents those deep, dark, subconscious. So this is the dark night of the soul. This is that dying, that ego death, that not knowing what is going on. You're just completely in the dark. And that's how you get into the occult. That's how you get into the kind of darker, I don't want to say darker magics, but just things that are uncommon to people to help root you and yourself. And then after you come out of that, you come out with all this Sagittarian knowledge that you can spread in these beliefs. So you are on... You know, you are going through the motions, and I do think that you're being fired up because you're meant to be a teacher or a guru of some sort, and it's because you've been through so much transformation and topsy-turviness that now you're able to step into this beautiful limelight and yeah, it's your destiny. I forgot that destiny was a card out, but yeah, it's your destiny to do that. You can share everything that you have in a really creative and spectacular way, and I think that you will absolutely stand out. So let's move into your tarot. But this is a really great energy to start off on, Pile One, because you are stepping into the limelight. It's the you show for sure. Wow. So look at this. We're starting off with the 4 of Wands here. The 3 of Wands. So a lot of fire energy. Again, that Sagittarius with the 3 of Wands here. So there could be some traveling or homecoming. The 2 of Wands. Wow. 2, 3, 4. So again, I do feel like you're taking the right steps. You're moving in the right direction. Or 4, 3, 2. So the countdown has started. The Knight of Cups. What blessings are coming in for Pile One? Wow, strength. There's that Leo energy again. So huge sun energy. Huge solar plexus. Oh, beautiful. Ace of Cups. Wow. I do feel like if you have been manifesting love or relationships, for some of you, it is really creative energies. But if you have been manifesting love, I do feel like, yeah, this person might be a different culture than you are. I'm picking up with the Sagittarius energy. So yeah, be mindful of that. They might be different from what you're expecting. The Nine of Cups, 2 nines. Whew. This is crazy. Like, it's all wands and cups. That's really awesome. All right, and let's get one final card for pile 1, please. One final card. And let's see. Temperance, Sagittarius energy again. We love to see it. So I do feel like wherever you are, your 9th house is being so activated. 9-9, and this is the 9th house. So you're at the very end of a cycle. You're at the very end of a completion. It is chaos before the storm. But I do feel like a lot of you have gotten through the hard part. You're just tired. You know, the 9 of Wands represents somebody who's just like exhausted. They're ready for if somebody were to come up. They're like, you know, buck up. I'm prepared. But they're a little tired and they hope nobody does. But I do feel like you've garnered all this beautiful strength and you're ready to go take it elsewhere. I do feel like you have this yearning to leave, this desire to kind of get out from where you are. For some of you guys, it could be higher education. So you could be thinking that you want to, you're either really want to be a student and dive back into something, or you're tired of being a student and you're ready to act in your career is kind of what I'm hearing. So you do feel like you're at a crossroads of, again, that student teacher paradigm. But I just get this energy where you've learned so much and you're so courageous now that you're willing to do anything to get to where you got to go. Now, if love and creative projects is something that you've been manifesting, well, then April is going to be the month for you to see that coming in. I mean, this is so beautiful. I do think that you're going to get some sort of, if there's a specific person in mind that you've been trying to manifest and you need an apology from this person, then you're going to get an apology from this person. If you're just looking for somebody who's able to kind of take you out, I am getting dating with the Knight energy here. So it's not like a full-blown relationship, obviously, but I do get that, like, you'll be invited out to dates and meet new people, somebody who's going to expand your horizon, you know, introduce you to new things. This person, I do think that they like ethnic food or they have like some sort of ethnic thing to them. And so they might introduce you to new things that you wouldn't try otherwise. Somebody who's going to kind of break you out of your shell a little bit. I do also imagine in April, social, you know, Temperance, Sagittarius energy, they like to party hardy, ruled by, you know, Zeus, the party god. So I do imagine the drinks will be flowing. So if you have been wanting to go out there, have a good time, meet new people, rub elbows with new individuals, then I do think that you'll be able to do that, especially if you've been planning some trip around water of some sort, then I do see that coming in. There's just going to be so much love coming in for you. And even if love does appear, I feel like the love that you have for self and just what you've been through is beautiful. Yeah, so internally, again, you're kind of opening up. You're willing to try new things, new experiences with the 3 of Wands here. You do feel like your ships are coming in. You're moving towards this. You're opening yourself up. Again, if you're a creative, the creative juices are just flowing this upcoming blessing season. So I just feel like you're going to be so inspired by your friends, your life, your people, the experiences that you have. So definitely keep a journal with you and just take this moment, because I do think that you're going to love this next month for you. It's just going to be really opening. So some of you guys could have gotten vaccinated and so you're stronger, or you just overcome things that have hindered you. So I just see a beautiful awakening and just your heart, this beautiful dove over that cup. So just finding peace on the inside. On the outside, you know, there might be, on the outside, I do feel like there's been some uncomfortability within your home, or some instability with the 4 of Wands here to the 9 of Wands, where you've just had to defend yourself. I get a really defensive energy of having to decide, or having to justify your decisions to other people. But here with the Sagittarius, you know, you're not going to tame a Sag. Like, it doesn't happen. They are like very, like, you're not going to tame Zeus. The only thing that can tame Zeus is, like, I don't even know what could tame Zeus. Kronos, you know, who he ended up killing at some point. So that's why I'm using the mythology, just so you know the type of power that you have access to when it comes to defining yourself and who you are, as long as you have faith. That's the other thing about Sagittarius. They're so patient and so faithful because they tend to be lucky. Shit just tends to work out for them. So just like, okay, it's going to work out for me. I'm going to allow it to work out for me. You know, and so I think once you tune into that energy of just like, listen, I'm lucky, I'm blessed, it's gonna work out for me, then you won't feel so fearful. You won't feel so fearful, about going in your own direction and taking, you know, life into your own hands. I just see that certainly coming in for you. Things are going to be brought together. The Two of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands. So definitely soulmate energy. For some of you guys, it could be love, but for others of you, I really genuinely feel like it's friendships, relationships, people to work with, creative partners, you know, it's whatever you've been seeking. The Death card, again, so huge endings, transformations, beginnings, rebirth, new cycle. And I just posted on my TikTok. Please follow me on TikTok, y'all, because I'm in there. It was all about just releasing that energy, like let that die. You were so transforming into like this new beautiful thing, you know, purge it, purification, you know, shiz becomes toxic after a while. You can't keep it all bundled up. So I just imagine there's forgiveness coming in, but forgiveness of self, you know, forgiveness of your past mistakes, your past trials and tribulations. You're just accepting it. You're like, listen, that's who I am. That's what I did. That's what I did at the time. But now I'm different. You know, now I have a better understanding, right? Death to the devil. So there's just been a lot of doubt and fears, things that have been holding you back. Could be practicality too, with just that Capricorn energy. But I do see that ending because you're stepping into this form of independence. 9 of Pentacles. Again, 9. So you're at the, oh my goodness, that is the blessing that's coming in for you. It's just you're almost done. I know you're like, I'd rather be done, but you're almost done. You're right at the tippy top of the hill before you get to slide down. And I think that you're going to enjoy the view. Enjoy the view while you're up there. Let me get 2 more. The Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, and 1 more card. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. Yeah. You are definitely shaking up a structure that exists already. So there's strong earth energies, which just say, like I said, you've been uncomfortable in your comfort zone. So it could be your home, your family unit, just the people that you considered friends. They've somehow, their beliefs are limiting, I'm getting. So you're planning to go in your own direction. You're planning to go in a new way. And you're going to have to be kind of secret about it. I do feel like there's going to be an opportunity that's going to come in that you're going to have to take it and run. Do not explain yourself. Do not press go. Like, just go for it. Like I just imagine that there's these chains that you want to break out of, and they've been put on you because of your responsibilities from your family with the Taurus energy, 2nd house here. So, and again, these are opposing energies too. Taurus to Scorpio, they're opposites. So 2nd house, 8th house. So what you've owned has kind of trapped you into this darkish state. It's kind of like your finances have kind of defined how you felt internally, but you found that that's not the case with that Sagittarius 9th house energy. You're like, you know, I'm more than that, but I have to have faith. I have to be able to have faith that I will be able to support myself at some point in time. Outside of the limiting beliefs and expectations that I have set on me by society, by my family, by religious institutions, by school institutions. You know, the Hierophant is all of those things that have lasted forever. You know, the Hierophant is like the Catholic Church. It's just been there. There's been so many offsets and Protestants, but the Catholic Church is still there and the Pope is still in Louis. So these are the things that you're challenging and you're going against. And I think that I'm happy that I said that, because I think that that's also what you need to realize in this leg of the journey is like, that thing will still be there. That structure will still be there. Just because you end up going your own way and you break off and all the other stuff, listen, it's stronger. It won't miss you. It seems like it will. It seems like everything will just come crumbling down. But like, again, the Catholic Church is fine, as many Protestant religions there are, and again, in addition to as many other religions, not even Christian faith religion, it's fine. So I do think that whatever it is that you're scared of like losing, it's going to be fine. You'll be able to be like, oh man, I remember when I went here and that was crazy and it was so much fun, but I left because I had to go pursue my own dream. And you'll be able to go back to that thing and visit it and be like, wow, I remember when I was here, because it'll still freaking be there, you know? So I am getting that pretty strongly. Yeah, all right, so let's move into your oracles. So really awesome stuff, Pile One. Before we get into your oracles, I just want to give you a friendly reminder to don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this content, guys. And again, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or a Vedic chart consultation, you can check that information out in the description box below. And also, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I've been on it. I post weekly on Instagram. I do full moons on Instagram, and TikTok I post pretty much daily. So if that, I love that. If that is something that interests you, then please find that and come find me, get at me. All right. Yeah, look at that come to the edge. That's why I was like, there's this leap of faith where you're going to have to, what you do know, you're going to have to abandon that in order to go get what you actually want. You've known that because you've died and been reborn, you know, to say the least. But I do think that it's time for you to step out of that world, to step out of that comfort zone, between worlds. That flamingo. And you know, flamingos are super showy. So that's why I'm like, you need to show off. You need to show off your vibrant color. You've muted yourself and kind of kept yourself in a black and white because that's what's been comfortable. But now it's time for you to step out of that and really shine and glow. Mending, you know, there's a fear here that maybe, your family won't understand or the people around you won't understand and you're going to lose certain things, but you're going to have the opportunity to fix that. You know, I'm hearing that line, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. I think this is one of those times. Do it and then ask for forgiveness later. You know, that they're not going to reject you. And then we have all that glitters and then these two masks. So removing that mask, because I think that if you've been comfortable, like it was just like, okay, cool. Let's say that, you know, I don't know. It just be like a bad deal where I guess it happens in the music industry all the time where like people are like, hey, I'll give you $100,000 up front. And then, you know, you get to keep those. At the time, you're like, ooh, $100,000. That's great. I've been living in my car. And then you realize you don't get any of like royalties. Like you got 0.0000002%. And you're like, wait, that's not what I wanted at all. So I'm also hearing that if an opportunity does come in, ooh, yeah, in this devil contract, be mindful. Don't just sign something out of, if it's a contract and it has to do with money, don't just sign something out of desperation. Make sure that you're looking at it. If it's too good to be true, chances are it is. So make sure that you're going over the contracts and details with a fine-tooth comb. I do think that you'll be able to negotiate it just because you're watching this video right now. So you know that the first offer that comes in isn't going to be the offer. So you're getting a heads up from the universe. So really pay attention to that so you don't end up creating a later problem for yourself. Again, later problem that you'll be able to get out of, but this is just one of those opportunities. Well, don't act out of desperation because you're not desperate. You're not desperate. So don't act out of desperation is kind of what I'm hearing. Take it easy. Time for a nap, you know, just sleep, hibernate on it. Everything is out of your control, Pile One. I feel like you've done all that you can do, especially as we talked about that really obsessive energy in the beginning. You've obsessed about it enough. There's nothing that you can do. Put it in the universe's hands. Like I said, be real Sagittarius. Again, the most patient and just faithful sign of the Zodiac as far as like their beliefs go. Just snap on it. You know, there's also, again, this image of this fox, this sleeping fox. So slides a fox that just reiterates, again, kind of that, what I was talking about as far as just, you're going to have to be mindful about who you're sharing your blessings with and who you're telling. And that's not anything to be afraid of. That's just, you know, it happens sometimes. Trust. Wow. Didn't we say that? All that Sag energy, trust, faith, integrity, contracts. That's what I'm saying. So really big contracts are coming in for you too, and make sure that you're being honest and that the people that you're dealing with are being honest. And that's not to say that people are just dishonest. It's just like people are going to take advantage of the situation if they can. They're not knowing that not only are you a talented ass biatch, you know, not only can you really get shit done, but you're also a spiritual one. So you ain't falling for these other games that these hoes be playing with. You're like, excuse me, let's re-go over that contract, Tom, please, real quick. Let me make sure that that is right, that my angels are in. Let me meditate on this before I sign it. So you're good. You're Gucci. And then we got forgiveness. And I mentioned that before, but it's really forgiveness of self. I do feel like you need to forgive yourself for things that have happened in the past. The devil energy, do not let this harm you. And the devil is the 10th house. So we literally went 8, 9, 10. You know, so now you're taking everything that you've learned, your new beliefs, and you're putting them out in the world. That is how that walk works. So this is the world, the devil. So all of those things that you've learned in the 8th house and the things that you believe, 9th house, by the time you get to the 10th house, they're challenged. Like, do you really mean it? Are you sure? Like, are you good? You know? And I do think that the answer is yes, but do not let those past times where maybe you felt like you've had to lack integrity, or you felt like the scales were tipped out of your favor. Don't let that define this next energy that's coming in for you, because you have such a huge wish fulfillment coming in, and your blessings. So don't act out of desperations. You know, miracles happen every day. Miracles happen every day. Spirit did not miss you. And so, yeah, I'm just getting that energy of like, do not keep beating yourself up for things. Like, just like I said on my TikTok, you've been baptized, you know, like, and if that physically means getting baptized, if you need the ritual of it all, then go do that. But I just feel like you need to wash away all those sins, wash away all those past mistakes, and just come out a brand new beach. I feel like a whole brand new beat bussin', a sweetie bussin'. So that's a great song. Pretty and thick, so I get what I want, you know. Anyways, let's see what animal card, if it was gonna come out. All right. I was just like, maybe not. Wow, dragonfly magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Come on. Look at that. And I embrace my transformation. Again, 8th house energy. I courageously let go of the past. Like, I love the word courageously, because that's what you're doing. And maybe that's what people in the past haven't been able to do, and why they're still stuck, and why they kind of give bad advice, if you will, because they've never been courageous enough to forgive themselves and just be like, yeah, I failed one time, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it again. Shiz. And if I sit here looking at y'all for the rest of my life, then I'll really know what failure feels like, you know? And I'm sorry to be so blunt, but I think that that's kind of how it feels. And then finally, we have Tiger Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Woo! You know, I just feel like you have such big, strong, and tigers are big ass cats, right? So, you know, your ancestors and the people who are protecting you, they want you to do this. You know, this isn't the lion, right? All that Leo energy, but they want you to do this. They want you to move forward. They are supporting you. Even if your 3D, that world energy, 10th house energy doesn't look like it right now, it really is. So you can blaze through this next chapter, guys. You are unstoppable. So don't let doubt and fear stop you. Just don't let that be the thing that takes you out, because you can overcome anything, is really what I'm getting. So that is what I got for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out that description box for any info. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. And yeah, yep. So let's clear this. And then we can go on about our way. Okay. All righty. All right. Hello, this is AD with Kosmostrology, and this is if you picked pile number 2, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This pick a card reading is going to be about what blessings are coming in for you for the month of April, and just see what is going on. So without any further ado, let's just hop straight into it, guys. I'm putting this aside. If you are new to the channel or just new to how I set up, I always do like to start out with some astrology cards. I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements might be a little off of yours, but the energy should read about the same. If you are interested in Vedic astrology, I do chart consultations, guys, and I can teach you how to read your chart if that is something that interests you. So that information is going to be in the description box. But again, enough of that. Let's just hop into the reading. What blessings are coming in for you for April of this month? For pile number 2, what blessings? Wow, Mercury mind. So strong communication. So I do feel like, because this was in pile 1 too, so I am getting that communication is going to be very big for you guys. Just in general, Mars force. Yeah, you're not playing. You're aggressively moving towards this word of mouth. Pluto, transformation. Wow, same things. Crazy. Totally different cards, but same energies. North Node, life's purpose, Rahu. Yeah, so you've had a completely, all this Mars. So Pluto can rule Scorpio, but Mars rules Scorpio and Aries in Vedic astrology. It rules both. So I am just getting that there's been this radical shift, and that's been the theme in all of my collective readings. So it's so fascinating to see it pop up here, but I do feel like something has just been shaken up in your core. Something has completely taken your mind, or will, I guess if this is a future reading, then it will radically change your ideas and how you communicate and how you think about certain things. But this is great because it is going to take you towards your next path. So we have Rahu, Virgo, Gemini, Aries, and Scorpio all represented here. If that resonates with you. Libra, 7th house partners. Jupiter, abundance. Wow, awesome. 11th house friends. Oh, great. Okay, and let's get one more, because okay, I see what's going on here. Earth stability. Oh, righty. Boom. So we got Mercury retrograde at the bottom of the deck. So strong Gemini, Virgo energy here. But I'm really just getting the mutables. So Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces energy represented here. And the reason I'm saying that doesn't have to resonate, but the reason I'm saying that is because I just get this overall energy where there's been a lot of fluctuations, changes, and you are so adaptable that it's been hard for you to find your own stability within your friendships, within the people that you talk to, within your community, within your household. For some of you guys, you just always had to fit in, mold, change. There's always been so many different changes. This blessing that's coming in for you, Pal 2, is going to be about the stability that comes in from your friends and partnerships. If you're looking for romantic partnerships, that is signified here. You could end up meeting somebody again from a different culture. Sagittarius represented here, also Pisces represented. But if it's not romantic or anything, you're just going to be receiving benefits from contracts that you signed, and partnerships that you have signed will pay off. So if you've been looking for another job or been looking for some sort of contract, long-term contract or something, then that could be really beneficial to you coming in this next month. And it probably will happen through your social circle, through your social friends, and the people that you reach out to and talk to. And this has been again, because there's been getting, of course, I mentioned this in Pile 1, I pick it up here too, and I love my followers because I feel like we all are pretty similar, which is awesome. But it's just like there's this obsessive energy of something like, okay, I've zoned in on it. I've zoned in on this thing, and I'm going to make sure that it happens. I'm fixated on making sure that this thing works. And I do think that that's brought issues because that's not how things work. But at the same time, because you've had such a laser sharp focus on something, you put all that energy, Pluto, all that obsessive energy towards it, it is actually going to come in. So it's worked. But I do feel like I am getting that, like, there's nothing more that you can do right now, other than use your friendships, Aquarius energy represented here, use your network, other people that you talk to, your community. It could even be technology, Facebook, social media boards, strategically using those things in order to be introduced into a new group of people where you will be working towards essentially like common goals. So I do see a major change, shift, and change in, like, your friendships and the people that you talk to on a day-to-day. So I'm not sure if you've been trying to manifest new friends, but if you have, then absolutely. And this is going to help you on your purpose. So you certainly are moving towards, blazing towards your life's purpose. And I do think that it has to do with the connections and stuff that you're going to be making in this upcoming month. So partnerships, money is going to be really good. You're going to really be meeting some people and rubbing elbows with some people that you feel are actually going to be able to help you. And again, it's so funny that we come out with this Tiger's Eye crystal, which again is about courage, moving quickly, fast, protection, and just stepping out there. So this is going to be a really bold month for you. Pile number 2, really, really bold. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way into the tarot. I'm looking at the timestamp. It looks like it's 33. So I just saw 33:55. So those times could be important to you. Okay. What is going on? So we have the Queen of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. There's definitely been a lot of waiting. Strength. Wow, this popped up in the first pile. So strong Leo energy here. Again, doesn't have to be, excuse me, but you're just stepping into that solar plexus. Like you're really stepping into your confidence and how you shine. Aries, Sagittarius also represented here too. What is this? The Knave of Cups. The Knave of Cups. Or maybe that's the King of Cups. Sorry, that's the King of Cups, excuse me. I haven't worked with these cards in so long. The Three of Swords. Yeah, so I definitely feel like there's just been a lot of stuff that's been out of your control, pile two. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Could have been a marriage at some point. Could have just been a relationship that you've been waiting on, a job opportunity, but there's definitely a masculine involved. So this could be coming from like a masculine recruiter that you've been dealing with, or if it's job wise, the High Priestess. And then we had all these beautiful cards fall out. The Two of Wands. So I'm going to put them aside. We'll look into them, but let's start with these 9. Okay. Give me a second to tune in to these energies. So I'm certainly getting for you, pile 2, there's been a standstill. And again, if it's work, then it's work. If it's work, then it's work. But if it's a relationship, then it's a relationship. So just take it as it resonates, because, you know, a lot of the same themes follow us. You know, there's only so many storylines that play out at a time, which I've learned. So it'll be one or the other. But there definitely has been like this not being able to feel like you've been able to move forward, like you kind of been stuck. No, I kind of get like this bedridden energy, and it could be because you've been sick, actually physically, actually bedridden, or I'm just getting this other energy of you're definitely feeling like, dang, I haven't been able to move because there's just been a misunderstanding. You've been acting in a more impulsive manner. I'm kind of getting here. Could have strong scorpionic placements too, but you've been acting in a more impulsive manner. And the person that you've been dealing with has been acting in a more emotional manner. And so it's like fire and rain, you know, it doesn't, it doesn't work. You know, they're not meant to necessarily simultaneously coexist, even though both of them are needed for different things. But I feel like the energies feel as if you are working against yourself, pile 2, and it's not helping you at this moment. But I do feel like you've learned a lot about knowing when to say things and when not to say things. This is a super specific message. So if this isn't resonating with you, then you can try another pile. But I'm just getting this overall energy where, because you are so, you've learned how to actually like keep quiet and kind of stay reserved to the High Priestess. So there's been a major lesson that you've been able to garner. And it's kind of been like the art of subtlety, the art of nuance. Because you are so my way or the highway, and this is how I feel, and you've had to learn how to be more strategic with the information that you're presenting. And it feels a little awkward with the Two of Pentacles here, because that's not who you are. For some of you, you can feel like, man, I'm being fake. But I don't think that. There's just sometimes, you know, queens have to really know when to hush up sometimes. You can't give out your whole thing all the time. I'm like that. This is a lesson that I've had to learn in my life, because I am so open. I am such an open book. But sometimes it's just that's not the time nor the place. And yes, that's frustrating, because wow, wouldn't life be great if we could all just like sing Kumbaya and be our most authentic selves all the time? But that's not the truth. Not everybody cares. It's kind of what I'm hearing. And I feel like you've learned that. And because of that, you're a stronger person for it. And you've also learned to pick up on nuance a lot more. So I do sense that there's been like this elevation. You've certainly learned. The other thing about pile 2, the blessings that's coming in for you is like, I don't want to say that April's going to be the month where you end up like moving necessarily, but I do think that you'll have a better idea with the Ten of Pentacles of what you want or where you're going. And it could just be that you get the insight that you're like, oh man, I'm meant to move to New York, or oh man, I'm meant to go to LA, I'm meant to go to Texas, wherever it kind of hits you. I do think that you'll be able to start building up a game plan, but there's still some patience that's required. I still think that you're in the midst of learning the art of patience, pile 2. I hate to say that as an impatient person myself, but I just feel like April is more so about you kind of learning not to be so pushy all I want to be very careful with how I'm wording it, because like I understand this energy, but sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you can't Aries it out. Sometimes you really need to be a Libra. You know, sometimes you really have to just like think things through and like weigh your pros and cons. Sometimes you can't just like bulldoze your way through something, even though it works for, you know, a good amount of time. I just feel like you've learned that you have to do the opposite of that sometimes. So let's look into the other cards that kind of flew out. Yeah, the devil. The devil that he popped up to in the last reading. The Mother of Swords. Yeah, so a strong fire air. So that's why you don't really deal with cups. And so I do feel like you're like learning how to actually step into that cup energy, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is just learning how to work with other people, quite honestly, in order to get what you want. So I do feel like you are making the decision of what you know you need this next month from your new working environments and situations. And you will be able to do that. The Queen of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles, beautiful card about standing on your own, and the Five of Wands. So for some of you guys, you might work with a lot of women and that's really been something that you're trying to get out of. So I do feel like if that's something that's specifically been bothering you, I'm getting like, I'm seeing the scrubs, like blue scrubs. So it could be nurse, RN, medical field, healing arts, any of that good stuff, where you just might be surrounded by a whole lot of women. Could be teaching too, guys. You're like, all right, I need to be more independent. I feel like these energies are kind of being pulled in so many different directions. There's so many conflicts. But you're going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, and you'll be able to outshine those people. You know, when you do your job, even though it doesn't feel like it at first, people notice people who do their job. More importantly, people notice people who don't do their job. It takes a longer time, but you will complain about somebody who comes in 10 minutes late way before you complain about somebody who comes in 10 minutes early. Do you know what I'm saying? But eventually you'll be like, you know what I noticed about you? You always come in 10 minutes early. I love that. That's beautiful. You know, better than that person who's late all the time. So I do feel like you're going to feel that shift if that's kind of what's been happening. If this has been on a more romantic level, then I do feel like you're going to be able to have friends. Yeah, again, going back to the beginning, because if you have been putting your energy in towards another individual, a masculine, or just finding a masculine, could be a real one, could be a phantom one, you know, doesn't matter. You are going to find more friends and stuff that are going to take you out of your comfort zone and just get your brain off of that conflict that you have. So I just see good experiences and stuff happening for you. Your mind is going to be taking a rest this upcoming month, but you are making decisions about your working environment for sure. You are making decisions about your friendships for sure, and relationships. So yeah, again, right. So if you've been worried about a new job, Ace of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, then that opportunity is going to come in. You're going to start seeing it presented in April. So you might not get the job in April, but by the end of April, you'll have like enough applications out that you're going to feel like, okay, one of these is going to come through. So that's the blessing that's kind of coming in for you too. Wow, you got the Chariot, the Nine of Cups. You are headed towards your wish fulfillment, and the Six of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying, listen, the blessing that's absolutely coming in for you is you are moving towards your wish fulfillment, and a place in an environment, a relationship, a working space, whatever whatever that means for you, a contract where it is going to be give and take. The amount of work that you put in is exactly what you get out. There's not going to be a whole bunch of ruckus. There's not going to be a whole bunch of tomfoolery going on. It's going to be about the business. It's going to be about the bag. And I do feel like that's what you've been manifesting for yourself, pal, too. So I really hope that those are the blessings. I'm going to get into the oracles, but it does seem like, yeah, this is going to be that month where you certainly are deciding to end something that's made you feel stuck. You're like, I'm done. I'm going to go do something else. I'm not going to take this. And it could be because everything gets to a feverish pitch. So I do want to put out that like warning, like you're like, I just need to get out of this working environment that I'm in. It's toxic, right? Everybody's new favorite word. It's toxic. But I do feel like regardless, you're going to be making a decision to like break out of that and go do what you actually want to do. Or just, and if it's not even what you want to do, if it's not a passion, it's just you're going to be making the money that you want to be making. So it just depends on what you've been trying to manifest. You know, I was talking to one of my friend clients, you know, I don't know what to call people because we get so close. We were just talking, like, she was just like, I just want to make money. And she was like, I just want to make money. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm such a passion oriented person. So if your passion is just making money, then that's going to come in for you. If it's not your dream job, you know, then let it be that. But if it is your dream job, then let it be that too. So it's just however it resonates. All right, so let's look into your oracle, guys. And just before we get into it, I just want to give you a friendly reminder to please don't forget to check out that description box below if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, a Vedic chart consultation with me. I love to do those. I do one-on-one readings, so we actually get to chit chat if that's something that interests you. And yeah, just overall, thank you so much for the continued support that you're giving. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if this resonated in the comment section below. And yeah, let's hop into it. So thank you so much, guys. I love you guys so much. Serendipity, beautiful. Look, things are just going to actually start coming together, exchanging gifts. I get 6 of Pentacles from this card too. So you're finally going to get in the state of balance, specifically with your material things. It's not like emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're so money oriented with that 4-leaf clover there. I do think, and note the green, but I just feel like the luck is going to turn in your favor. But there's a need to release, the control. Be present here and now. We got 5 here, 2 and 7, 9 again, and 9. So again, you're almost at this end of the cycle of completion. 9 has been the theme. So I don't know if 9 is like the theme for April because that was a heavy number. But I just feel like you are certainly in this path to where you are about to be done. You're about to be done with this cycle. You're at the bitter end of it. And I mean, and it is bitter. Like, it is bitter. Don't get me wrong. But remain present. Don't get so focused or fixated on the future that you don't appreciate what you have right now. Not saying that you guys aren't grateful in any means, but there are blessings right now. You are in this incubation period. So when the time is right, you will be able to hatch and like overcome, you know, your next thing. Loyal heart. Wow. What did I say? Friendships. I feel friendships, relationships, partnerships. These are to last. These are good. These are solid. These are blessings. So you really do have some really great contracts and people that are coming in, co-workers, friendships that are coming in for you. And you will be loyal. So some of you guys haven't even met your best friend yet, but you'll be meeting like, you know, your best friend. Blessed. Yes. And you are through chaos and conflict at the bottom. So yes, there's been a lot of this, and you know, this zebra is trying to figure out if it's a giraffe or a zebra, and then the zebra is like, am I white with black stripes or am I black with white stripes? You know, there's a lot of questions that are being brought up here, but I do think that you're going to receive a lot of answers just because you're going to meet other people that are like you. And I think that you, of all people, have kind of needed that validation more than most, of just like, I'm not crazy, like that I am normal, or I will be able to fit in with some people, and you're going to feel these blessings. And again, your friends, your partnerships are going to come in with so many blessings. So you're really going to feel super loved. And things are just going to feel like, again, out of not out of hand. Like, they're going to feel like they're out of your hands. Like, they just kind of fall together. They just happen. Abundance, beautiful card. So yeah, you are going to get that money. No, you're going to get that money, honey. Like, you really are. So I really hope that you keep this reading with you, because even though there's still some things that are up in the air, you are headed towards, again, laying down this really strong rooted, grounded foundation. And that's where we started. I was like, I get so much shape-shifting, mutable energy that you haven't been able to lay down any roots, but you are going to lay down roots, you know, with people and situations. Meditation, right? Be calm. Some of you guys could really take this moment to start exploring yoga, mantras, any of those good things, that affirmations, that really get you to kind of tune in and zen down, because I do feel like there's so much Mars, Pluto. I want desire, right? It's such a driving force, but Pinnacle energy takes time. You can't use fire to build better earth, right? Even then, like, you can use fire to clear the soil and make it brand new and nurture, fertilize it. But you still have to plant those seeds, and you have to give them time to grow. You know, you can't just keep burning the seeds that you just kept planting. And then nothing will grow, you know. So I do feel like that there's just a real strong level of impatience. That is kind of like what you're learning here. And the reason to do that is, again, that here and now stance. Where is it? Yeah, no, these same stance, this meditative of just learning how to be present. That's your goal. That'll help you so much. That'll help you so much to learn how to be present. And one more. Let's see if we can get one more. Planetary cycles. So yeah, I just get that, you know, this is your time. This is a good time to, if you are learning like cycles and charts, I just feel like there's something very specific that's lit up in your chart, your 7th house, your 11th house. So you might have Jupiter trining. If this doesn't mean anything to you, then I'm sorry. But if it does mean something to you, then like, here you go. You could have Jupiter trining your social houses. So it will be your 3rd house, your 7th house, and your 11th house. And so that's why your word is just getting so big and bold. And so that's why if you're preaching, you know, preaching with Jupiter guru energy, teaching other people, then this will be such a great time for you to really capitalize and manifest, because I do think that you'll be able to help. And I also find that other people will be so generous towards you about what it is that you're putting out there. And at the bottom of the deck, we got forgiveness. And I want to just point this out because this came out in the last deck. And this is about forgiveness of self. So if you have had past issues or things that you felt like you failed in the past, you know, forgive that. You've learned, you're new, you're improved, you know, you have every right to find yourself. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again till I get it right. So I do feel like you just gotta work it. You're gonna get it right this time, because there's no choice. I don't feel like you have a choice. All this fire energy that I feel coming from you, all this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, it's just like you in the past, you again have just bulldozed towards your situations. And that's why you're kind of where you are now, because like, dang, like this is something different. Had I waited a little bit more, maybe I wouldn't have come down this rabbit hole. But you learned that lesson now. So now you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure that everything is good. I'm going to make sure that all my P's and Q's are crossed and dotted and da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, so finally we have our animal spirit. So beautiful, polar bear mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger, period. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. So wow. And again, this high priestess that came out, I just feel like because you've been so action oriented, you really haven't noticed in the past just how strong your intuition is, because you're so quick to act. Sit in those signs this time. I just feel like April for you, Pal2, is really going to be more about slowing down, you know, where most people who want to be speeding up. I do feel like for you, you need to slow down. You need to calm down a little bit and just understand that all those dreams that you've had, all the signs, the synchronicities, all that, you know, it's not spirit just effing with you or teasing you or dangling that carrot in front of your face. It really is you having to tune into the present and figuring out that you are so magic and you can create and have manifested what it is that you want. But you can't get so focused. The devil is in the details on what's in front of you that you know, or what's ahead of you, that you don't take any time to acknowledge what's there now. So this is a time to kind of rejuvenate, I'm getting too. And the challenges that you faced have made you stronger. We have the strength card here too. So then we got Orca-Well Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt a great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Woo! And I love how this talks about friends and families, just again co-signing that like you are going to meet friends and people who feel like family in this upcoming month or in this upcoming cycle for you. Do things differently, be brave, just really be courageous is kind of what I'm getting. You are courageous, but being courageous and smart, being courageous and sure, you know, confident of yourself. Like you're not just running and you're not just playing with fire for the sake of, you know, watching shit burn. You actually have a plan, you know, and I feel like that's coming in for you, but you got to get to the point where you decide what that plan is kind of what I'm getting, pal, too. So yeah, so that is what I got for you. Again, please don't forget to let me know if this resonated in the comment section. Check out that description box, but thank you guys so much for your continued support. And yeah, happy April to you. I do feel like this is going to be a good month. For you specifically, if you slow down a little bit, it'll be a great month. But if you keep trying to like then it might not be fun the whole time. So that's what I got for you guys. But thank you so much for joining me. Alrighty. Last but not least, let's clear this, clear this, clear this. And, okay. Doop 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 doop. Alrighty. Hope you like my little elevator music. Okay. Hi, welcome to Kosmostrology. This is if you picked pile 3. I am AD. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. So this pick a card is going to be about what blessings are coming in for you, specifically for the month of April or whenever you find this video. But this is just what blessings are coming in for you. So without any further ado, guys, let's hop straight into it. This is Amethyst, in case you were wondering. I think it's pretty recognizable, but just in case you didn't. If you are new to the channel, please remember that I do start off with astrology cards. I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements might be a little different from yours, but please know that the energy should read about the same, and you should like know both. I would say know both charts. If you're interested in getting a Vedic chart interpretation from me, that information is in the description box. All right, so let's look into it. What energies are we working with for our pile 3? What blessings are coming in for you? Uranus, Aquarius energy. So something super unexpected is kind of what I'm hearing too. Aquarius, we got Leo. So it seems like this is kind of tying into pile 1, but based off of these cards. Jupiter return benefits. Wow, beautiful. Pile 3. You're going to have such unexpected blessings. Hold on, I'm sorry. Woo, I am so sorry. That's gross, but couldn't help it. Okay, so yeah, Uranus, Leo. So you are moving in towards like such unexpected blessings. You really might get some sort of star ambition or like anything like that. Some notoriety if you've been doing social media. I just feel like you're definitely going to get a lot of attention towards you. The 6th house, daily routine, Virgo energy, Aquarius, right? Didn't we mention Aquarius, Venus, Libra, Taurus. Ooh, 1st house. Wow. And let's see one more. Wow, changes. Woo. Okay. Wow. Increase. I'm sorry. Just like wow. But the increase at the bottom of the deck here. Sorry, I don't know why my dog is whining, but she's gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait, Penelope. I can't do anything right now. Anyways, where to start? Big changes. And I do think that, like, again, there has been this huge theme with K2 here as far as just like paying off these past karmas, paying off these things that have prevented you from moving forward in the past. And in this unexpected way, I do feel like the blessing that's coming in for you is huge changes that you do not see coming, pile 3. So just buckle in is kind of what I'm hearing. The 6th house is about routine and daily routines and health. So I will say, pile 3, look into your health this month. I don't feel like anything is bad, but if you've been like, oh, I need to go to the doctor, I need to check this out, then I would do that. But the other part of this is like, form a routine for yourself. With all this Aquarius energy, I get that, like, your habit is that you don't form habits. But I do think that Spirit wants you to see discipline in yourself. And the funny thing about Aquarius energy in ancient astrology and Vedic astrology is that it's also ruled by Saturn, which rules Capricorn. And you would think, how does the same sign that rules Capricorn, which is structure, rule Aquarius, which is like the antithesis of structure? And it's partially because it's also ruled by Rahu, but it is because Aquarians are also very fixed in their own nature. Aquarians, again, are very staunchly independent. They're very Capricornian about their independence, you know, and about their freedom and expression of self. So I do think that you need to tune into that more Saturn Capricornian side as far as just settling in and grounding yourself into a routine, because that shows to the universe that you're serious and you're going to take that calling seriously. It's kind of what I'm hearing. And again, stepping into this eclipse energy with this Leo. So huge changes as far as just like where you stand. The Aquarian energy is also for celebrities. A lot of celebrities have Aquarian energy because Aquarius is the star, right? And it's because they tend to be humanitarians. And in order to be a humanitarian, you kind of have to do that on a large scale. It's hard to do it at a ground level. Not impossible, but it's hard to do it at a ground level when you're really trying to make progress, change, and using technology, word of mouth, 11th house, you know, just all that expansive energies of other people. So I just see you stepping into that, right? I see you stepping into that kind of star quality, taking a leadership role. You are very, very attractive this go around. So I do think that you're going to have some opportunities to get dressed and go out and do different things this month, but your body is looking very great. And for some of you guys with the Jupiter, you're not, this isn't because you're skinny or lost any weight. It's just your curves are like hitting in the right spaces. So if you are a fuller queen here, then I do think that you're going to get your just dues. People are going to be like slobbering over you. And again, if you're not, if you're just normal size, however size you are, regardless, if you pick this pile, you're going to be looking so attractive. And it could be because you've improved your routine or your workout routine too. So some of you could have worked towards this or changed your eating habits or any of that good stuff. Or this is the month where you're going to definitely do that, or you're going to start seeing those results and getting complimented on those results. So you look good. You look good, pile 3. And again, perfect timing because like I said, you're stepping into the limelight. Things that you put out are going to start coming back in with this Jupiter return benefit. So blessings are going to be raining down and you've earned them. You're going to feel like you're so lucky and that like the world is just over the moon. Huge changes coming in. Huge changes coming in. I am hearing too, guys, like, yeah, if your cycle has been funny, for my feminines, if your cycle has been a little funny, then I would look into that. I would just go ahead and look into that. Doesn't have to be bad, but just like, you know, look into it. All right, so let's look at the cards that we have. So major shifts. I'm just getting like a lot of love. You're going to be receiving a lot of love from and public recognition, a lot of, yeah, love from strangers even. The Princess of Cups, of course. So yeah, and there's a turtle energy, so that might be confirmation for somebody here. But I am being drawn to this turtle, but also this swan. So I just get that like there's that ugly duckling syndrome where before you might have felt like you weren't attractive. This upcoming April, all these blessings that are coming in for you now, you're gonna feel mighty attractive. Penelope, I really can't do anything right now. The Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Cups. Wow, the Nine of Cups. This card has come out in every reading. So wish fulfillment, Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Don't get scared. Don't be scared. Like, excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, I am getting Saturn and Pisces here with this card. So you could be an artist or have or be creative or something, or like, yeah, the Last Judgment. I just feel like this is a major shift for you. But you're going to definitely have to like leave something behind. Wow, the Three of Swords. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's see the last card. This is, yeah, very specific, pile 3. The Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. Woo, the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So that's some Virgo energy for ya. It's like, on one hand, you're getting your ultimate wish fulfillment for yourself, like a blessing for you and you only, pile 3. On the other hand, there are some people who are going to feel like they're left behind. Or there are going to be some friendships or some partnerships and relationships that are going to be challenged, because as you get what you want, there is an ending here. This is a really wild energy. So there's definitely an exchange that's happening. I'm surprised like a Libra scale didn't come out, or the Justice card, because I just feel like you're going in a different direction than maybe you thought. And this is unexpected. So I get it. I don't think that this is something that you've planned. I don't think that this is something that you went out of your way to do. But with the 7 of Swords here, and again, look at that Aquarian energy. So I think that that's Moon in Aquarius. There's a privacy about what you're doing, because I do think that you're leaving some things behind. There are going to be some people who feel like they're left out in the cold because you're getting what you want. That's really wild. Let me see if I can look into this. Yeah, the nine of Swords to the 9 of Cups. The number 9 has been the theme. If this was Sesame Street, this episode was brought to you by the number 9, which is symbolic of completion. It's like that bitter end. It's that final blow right before the things just kind of end, before you get to that 10. So I am seeing that you're like right at the end of it. You're right at the end, the tail end of one cycle, and you're in the midst of beginning another one, but you still have to finish business from this old cycle. And I do feel like this is coming in the forms of friendships, relationships, and stuff being tested, because your dreams coming true conflicts with other people's dreams of what they kind of wanted from you, or how they thought that they were going to be involved. So I do imagine that there is going to be some shift in, your friendships, and it's just because you're rising. And I always use this as an example. Like, I'm a person who changes my number all the time, and I've been through craziness. I have been through so much craziness, but the first time I did it, it was like I had to do it. But then after I changed it the first time, it was less hard, because I had that same number since I was in the 5th grade, and I always felt like I wanted to be somebody, important. And I would just be like, do you think that Rihanna still has the same phone number that she had when she was in the 5th grade? No. Do you think Beyonce has the same phone number that she had when she was in the 5th grade? No. Like, what does she need to talk to those people for? So I changed my number relatively frequently, probably to other people's dismay, but that's why, not everybody has to have access to you all the time, especially people from way back when. So I just see those changes coming in for you in kind of a stealthy way, where like, that is a way to get rid of nuance, is to just change your freaking number. And those friends that you have, those real friends that you have, you'll let them know, and they'll contact you, and you'll reach out to them. But those people who are just filling up your space, like, woof, let it go. So I am getting that kind of energy too, where you're like, new phone, who this? Like, but for real, like, who is this? Like, I don't know you. And it's because you really are kind of accomplishing a childhood dream. I just feel like this could be something where you put a lot of energy into it yourself and it hasn't worked out. But after everything else, I do feel like there's a partnership that's going to come in that's going to allow you to really flourish in this. So you might have gotten as far as you can get on your own, but there does seem to be like a missing piece to this puzzle. Like, you are somebody else's blessing, and someone else is your blessing. It could be romantic, but for most of you guys, I feel like it's more so about just that creative partnership. For a lot of you guys, or just that really symbiotic relationship about going back and forth. Following your intuition here, guys. I just feel like this spirit is saying you to follow your intuition, whatever it is that you feel, you go get that energy. Oh wow, and here we have that Saturn and Libra, right? Remember, I was like, I feel like the scales are resetting themselves. We have the Saturn and Libra. So karma is kind of paying itself off, but I just feel like you're leaving. You might get the opportunity for a significant change and move. Look at that triangle, that delta. So there's significant changes that are coming in, but I do feel like some friendships are going to be left kind of behind. Which, I'm never here to be like, oh, that's great and all that other stuff, but I just feel like, yeah, if we look at this inner circle, I guess, your wish fulfillment is coming in, but it's coming in with so much stress too. So let's look into that. Let's see if we can get more. If it's the 10 of Swords. the Chariot. Yeah, the Page of Swords. And the Queen of Wands, right. You're just about to receive a lot of attention. You're moving into a totally different direction, Pile 3. The Two of Pentacles, yeah, change. Jupiter. So, Jupiter and Virgo. So, I just feel like you've really done the work, though. Like, these are blessings that you've actually done the work for. It's just, you can't bring everybody with you. You know, at the end of the day, Noah was told to bring himself, his wife, and animals. He didn't bring anybody else in that village, you know? Like, it was just him. So, wow, look at the Sun card. I do feel like it's going to work out for the best because this is guided. I don't feel like you're dissing people in the track or you're like, oh, I'm better than people. I just feel like you're rising. You're like literally bubbling to the surface. And so, with all this attention that you're going to be attracting, strong Leo energy here, you're going to be standing out. And with that being said, it's just very difficult to be able to maintain some past relationships sometimes just because you are going to be busy getting what you want, living your dream, you know, the Five of Swords. So there could be a little conflict and all that other stuff too, the Two of Swords. But Spirit is saying with the Three of Wands, you know, establish strength, hold your ground. You've worked for this, you know, Sun and Aries. That's, you know, that's where it's supposed to. The Sun in Aries, excuse me, is exalt. So this is about you going and getting what you want. You've established yourself. You have put in that work. If these people haven't put in the same work that you put in and they're mad that you're popping off and they're not, but they haven't put that blood, sweat, and tears into it, then that's on them. It has nothing to do with you, you know? And I just feel like your big blessing is just, you're going to get it. It's funny. I like these readings because this is already speaking about the next phase after you get it. It's like, baby, Pile 3, you got this rock star mentality. You're going to get it. Your wish fulfillment is coming in. Spirit is trying to warn you about the people around you and how they're going to respond to your success, which is, I mean, that means the success is yours in the bag. So you're certainly going to see that. The Princess of Pentacles. So something that might start off small could lead to something huge. But I do feel like you're going to get some small opportunity that really after some time is going to take off. I want to get one more card. I feel like there's one more card for Pile 3. The High Priestess. Okay. This took a turn. Yeah, the Lovers, the Three of Cups, and the High Priestess. So certainly, even if it's not friends, guys, I do feel like you could end up meeting some soulmates. You might have been attached to somebody from the past, and they're coming in hot, and then you have another relationship that's coming in hot. You're just so attractive and so abundant. I'm honestly surprised that the Empress card didn't come out. Look, the Three of Pentacles at the bottom, but you're just meeting so many new people, you know, that are coming up for you, and they all want different attention from you for whatever reason. That being said, you know, you're going to have some decisions that you're going to have to make following your intuition. But for some of you guys, I definitely do feel like this is romantical. I do feel like it's romantical. You got somebody from your past coming in, a new person coming in, and you're just going to be kind of wading that water. So somebody from the past might be paying you more attention than they have in the past. And I do feel like you're in the midst of kind of meeting another individual. If not, then it still just goes back to work. You know, you have your friends from the past and you have new friends and just trying to negotiate those two. The Four of Swords. I am getting here that even though you have this opportunity, kind of like this third party, and I feel like you're the third, I feel like you're the one with the third party, you know, but don't make any decisions yet. You know, just enjoy it is kind of what I'm hearing. Whatever this is for April that's coming in for you, because you're going to be working. You could possibly be moving. You could possibly be working with this person that you might be in this romantic kind of thing with. But Spirit is like, don't pursue the romance. Now's not the time for romance. I really just feel like now is the time for you to get busy and get to work. And I do feel like that is your main focus. You know, you probably spent a lot of time doing love and all that good stuff. But I just feel like at this point in time, you're like, listen, it's business first. Love will sort itself out at some point. And because of that, that's when you get these daggone, you know, pursuits. Because like, you're like, I'm done with it. I'm focusing on money. I'm focusing on growing my own abundance and all that beautiful stuff. So that is really what I'm getting for you. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, the Hangman. That's what I'm saying. The Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Right. And then you got, yeah. So there definitely is going to be some unexpected travel or some unexpected shift opportunity that comes in. But the more that you focus in on work with the Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups here, the more that you focus in on work, the more opportunities are going to come in. It's going to catch you off guard. So Six of Pentacles, again, something from your past. Could have Scorpionic energy, Leo energy. Doesn't have to, Neptune. So certainly soulmate energy that's coming in. Again, not the focus, so we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But if that resonates with you, then yeah, that person is going to make some sort of effort coming up this month. Somebody from your past. But again, you are meeting somebody else new. So yay. Wow, so we're starting off here with Unfinished Symphony, guys. Yes, I am going to be pulling your oracles, guys, but before we get any deeper into that, I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Again, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I do one-on-ones. We get to talk it out, you know what I'm saying? Or a chart, Vedic chart interpretation. Then I also do that. All that information in the description box. Follow me on TikTok, guys. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I post pretty much daily. Instagram, that's where I do all my full moon ceremonies and kind of all that good stuff. So if you like the content, there's more, okay? So just tune into that, all right? So now let's get into that. And again, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, so we got Unfinished Symphony and Serendipity. So again, this Wheel of Fortune with that 10 card there, that 1, so starting over again, that egg, it's something about to hatch. But like I said, there is some stuff from your business there, and it could deal with music. So if you guys are into music, you could be meeting like your musical, you know, the Timbaland to your Aaliyah, or, you know, the Pharrell to your Khalees, or whoever, you know. I just feel like be open to luck happening, be open to meeting new people, because these new energies that are coming into you, it is going to feel serendipitous. It's going to be like, wow, I can't believe that this happened. But it's been a product of your manifestation, your Jupiter abundance, your blessings from the world, and a little bit of luck. You know, blessings, luck, fate, they all are like the same to me. But yeah, the fates. I didn't even see that. Yeah. So fate is working its magic. The fairies are doing their dance, and you are definitely seeing that and are absolutely a part of that. So we got 8, 9, and 1. So if those cards mean anything to you, if those numbers mean anything to you, but the stars and the moon are like literally aligning for you. Like, I just feel like Spirit is making that happen. And again, look at the star qualities. So some projects that have happened in the past that didn't take off, they're going to come back around. A change in the wind. Wow. And that's 12. So 3. So again, 3 is expansion, meeting other people, community, and all that good stuff. And then a leg up, 7. So it could involve a competition. So there might be competition at some point. I am getting very specifically. Some of you guys like might get an opportunity to like compete on like American Idol type show, or like The Voice or X Factor. That's very specific. Could be for one person. But I do feel like you'll have a leg up in the competition. So don't be afraid of competition. Do not be afraid to stand out. I'm hearing that like you're going to be doing something, and it really is going to work in your favor. And even if you were to do a show like that, or do some type of competition or boot camp or something like that, even if you don't win it, ultimately you will take off. Like, you will all of a sudden reach a following. You know, like there are people who get on those shows and they do not win. Like Jennifer Hudson, you know, again, her entire career took off and she did not in no way win that damn show. Wait, am I right? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong about her. I can't remember. Yeah, exactly. And that's the beauty of it. You can't remember. I can't even freaking remember. I might be wrong about her, but regardless, there are that's happened to people all the time, where you end up getting this following just because of that. So I just feel like a lot of you are going to get a platform in a different way than you expected, but go for it, because it's going to be super duper awesome. And it's yours. You know, Spirit wants you to have that. Ecstasy. So, I mean, just feeling super happy. You know, if we have my little trippy dippies, my space cadets out there, then like, you know, you could be having some fun, you know, dibbling, dabbling, you know, with the ecstasy. If not, then it really just overjoy of just the abundance. Like, you can get that natural high just from just happiness, being surrounded by people, things, places, luxury, art, music that you love. Just again, that Venus energy from beginning. I just feel like you're going to be infused with Venus. And Venus is it's this quiet planet. It's a subtle planet. But when you really learn to work with it and just understand like what beauty brings and like what it's, some people think it's shallow and superficial, but it's not. When you can just really embody yourself in the finest things when you've earned them. There's nothing like coming home and having a luxurious bath and pouring yourself a really nice glass of wine and then walking out into your silk robe. Oh my gosh. You know, like I feel like you're a person who appreciates that, and that is a part of God, and that is a part of faith, you know, as far as like, you know, the Pope wears Gucci. I say that all the time. I'm like, the Pope wears Gucci, Louis Vuitton, red bottoms, okay, and the Pope mobile. So that comes with religion, and that's a deeper conversation for another day, or faith, spirituality, because like God is great, God is good, right? When we talk about God is great, God is good, so why it's so gold? He made gold, so he wants us to experience that. And again, that's a tangent for a different day. I'm sure you guys aren't the people that have to tell about appreciating the finer things in life. You're definitely my Taurus, Libra energies are just really Venetian ruled, so you understand that. But I feel like you're stepping into like that luxurious part of life, especially if you haven't been, and that's the change. Like that's the change. You're finally being able to step into this moment of euphoria, ecstasy, especially if you're like a dancer or anything. You're gonna be able to dance. Maybe you got vaccinated or just the restrictions are lifting. Security. Yeah, I heard very specifically like financial security. So maybe that's something that's been really elusive for you as far as what you've been doing. But you're gonna find it, you know. Again, that's the touch of God. He's very specifically like calling you out, pile 3, and picking you and trying to give you, transfer this energy towards you. So I'm getting really strong Taurus energy too. We got communion, so breaking of the bread, coming together. I do take this too, you know, and this is just that sacrifice, remembering that sacrifice. If you are religious, if you are religious and Christian, if you're not, then, you know, leave it. You can just take the story. But, you know, you were died for, allegedly. You know, we were forgiven for our sins, and just appreciating that. You know, we get so caught up in like, why did I sin in the first place, that you fail to acknowledge that like you were already forgiven. So forgive yourself, break bread, you know, break bread with other people. You know, we're only human and we're just trying to figure it out. Do not let your past experiences define who you are. You were born again. You are washed away. Purge that energy. That has been such the theme for all of my TikTok readings, just about purging, release it. Like, you make mistakes, it's okay. God expects us to. You're not perfect. If you were, you wouldn't be here. Point blank, period. Simple. So just forgive yourself. Divine intelligence. And so this is, again, tuning into that energy here. Tarot cards, all this just signs. I think that you are too intelligent. I always say this, like, I'm too faithful to believe in coincidence. If I see something, then I know that that was a sign from God. Like if I keep seeing 555, I'm too religious, I'm too spiritually intelligent to know that that was not for me, you know? And so I do think that you need to tune into those signs and believe the signs that you are getting, because they are getting you into this new way. I did everything that comes together. I'm telling you, pile, listen to me, pile 3, how this comes together is going to be so wild for you. Like, you're literally gonna be like, I was doing nothing one day and then literally my life changed and now I'm on this. Even though it might not be like all of a sudden I'm an overnight star or whatever, it'll be like, I got this opportunity, I started doing this opportunity, and then within that opportunity I became this like thing, you know, if that's something that you're manifesting for yourself. If not, then, you know, pick another pile. This is a very specific message that's coming through. And then you're going to see God's mercy. God is merciful, compassion. So have compassion for yourself. I just feel like you feel, pile 3, like you've taken some real big hits, like you've just made some real mistakes that, you know, are unforgivable, or just like, you know, really have put you in a bad way. Let that shiz go. That has been what all of my cards are just like, let that mess go. You have every right to fail as a human being. You have every right to make a mistake. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And you're older now, you're wiser now. Like, you can't hold yourself to the standards, you know, and that's something as a culture that we're facing, where you can't hold yourself, your 15-year-old self, to your 25-year-old standards. Like, that's not how that works. You know, like you're different. So I think that like the more that you embrace that, you'll see how different you are. Wow. Beautiful. And then, oof, this is so funny. Okay, so we got Eagle, Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world, right? So that's why I'm just like, there is this world influence that I'm getting for you, this eagle. I mean, it's the national American bird. Like, you might end up being like an American symbol. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Dream big, dream high, let it soar. But again, let go of the past. Let go of the past and soar. You have to free yourself from all that extra baggage, you know, forgive yourself. And then you got the snow leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Thank you. I was just like, this is bringing back the energy of what I was talking about friendships and people. See, know how all of it is full circle. You know, they're not going to be able to know. There could be contracts where you genuinely cannot talk to people for months because you are doing this show, or like you're doing this project that you can't talk about. Like, you know, let them get upset. If they don't understand it, then that's fine. There's something bigger for you there, and they'll see. Trust me, let me tell you, you don't have to tell a soul, because they'll see what you've been up to, whether they believe you or not. But there's just like this life-changing opportunity that's coming in, and it's just for you. It's a specific blessing for you. And I do think, again, Seven of Swords, Spirit is saying like it's a secret. This is a secret. And cloak yourself in invisibility, you know. Just do the work. And do the work. Even if you were like meant to go and meet other people in like this new work environment and all this other stuff, again, you are a spiritual person. That doesn't leave you. I just have this image, like if you're like in a green room or you're waiting for other people and, you know, you see the other people, don't even compare yourself to the competition, to the competitors, because like you don't need them. This is for you. This is for you. You come, you do your best, you conquer, and you let it go. I just have such a strong feeling for you, Pile 3, that like, listen, you don't need to entertain anything else. This is between you and God. This is your blessing. You know that this is just a stepping stone. Whatever this next thing is, again, we saw it with the Page of Pentacles earlier. This is just a stepping stone for like a much bigger, broader perspective. And I do think an audience to an extent. So I do get like this really big feeling that for April, your blessing that's coming in, or your blessing that's coming in for you next, is just going to be some beautiful recognition. The Judgment card, you catching somebody's eye and just understanding that like your manifestations do work, and it's gonna pay off. So yeah, so that's what I got for you. So that is what I got for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, good luck on this. You know, break a leg for all of my performers out there and all this. This is great. But just be prepared for the sacrifice of some friendships, some people who aren't going to understand what you're doing, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. They'll come back around, or they won't, but you're going to be fine. Jupiter benefits. You're getting blessed. So keep that in mind. All right. So that's what I got for you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out that description box for all the info. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. And peace. Thank you. Until next time.